Hello there.
Percy, tell the audience what that is.
Well, first, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I'm back. I wasn't here last week. Sorry about that. I just want to tell you the story of this mystery gift that I received for my birthday. It appeared on my doorstep. I opened it. It had a receipt from Amazon, but I didn't know who sent it. So I posted it on Instagram, and true enough, Miss Angela Chung in Hong Kong was the one who sent it. Of course, forgot to say her name. Thank
Happy
you, Ange.
birthday.
Thank you
Happy
for this birthday
birthday.
gift. Still haven't used it, but it's beautiful. I keep it by my bedside.
Oh,
That's typical of us sending presents and just forgetting to say who it's from. I mean, who
Yes.
does that? That's just terrible.
oh, and
Yes.
Bree Love Bree says, "Welcome back, Percy. You were missed."
Hello.
Thanks, Bree.
Hey, everyone. It's Nicolas. Bree
Per-
loves Bree. Kawaii Donna. Hello.
morning, everyone. Percy is back, and of course, thank you all for tuning in. We love you guys so much, and we love spending every Saturday morning with you guys. Percy's in the Philippines, Ange is in Hong Kong, and normally I'm in Singapore. But for today's show, I'm in the wonderful sunny island of Bali because I'm here on holiday with the family. So different setup, as you can see. I just
Show
have a
us a
quick.
bit.
That's the
Yeah.
bit of the villa, and
Wow.
everyone's having a swim over there. And
Oh,
this is just a
cool.
more small setup over here. So hey, I tell you what, we love the show so much. It doesn't matter where we are, we'll make it happen. The only way you can miss the show is that if you are producing and directing a movie, then okay, then
Only
we'll say, yeah, okay, perhaps you can take the day
I
off.
tried.
Perhaps you
I
can.
tried.
I know you did.
I
know you
did try. I fell asleep because we had a long one. We actually ended at 9 a.m. So
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, straight to the show at 11 a.m. Crazy.
yeah, you wouldn't like what you will see anyway. If I turned up, like, oh, eye bags up to here. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
guys.
how's everybody? Ange, how are you?
Good. I'm counting down. I'm going to have a holiday after what season is this? Season 4, season 5. So next
Season 5, I think.
so next week is our last episode for season 5. So I'm going to England, going to see my mum. So I'm actually in wind down mode and feeling very, very good. How are you? How are you,
I
Percy?
hope to see somebody in Europe.
We are hoping to meet
you
up.
guys-
That's right. We're
you guys
planning
are
to
gonna
meet
catch
up,
up.
aren't we?
Yeah. No, I'm planning to go to Europe in July, and I'm trying to encourage just one person here to cross the English Channel.
Yeah,
I want
see
to
do
make
me
it
in
it.
happen.
France.
Do it.
I will go to the tip of France to see you. That's the farthest I can go without a visa.
That's the most romantic thing I've ever heard anyone say to me.
Well, so good to have all of us back together again, and thank you all for tuning in. And those of you who are tuning in for the first time, maybe I picked up 1 or 2 new viewers from Bali. Welcome to Dear Future Grandkids, our pandemic show that the 3 of us got together. We all ex-Disney Channel staff. We all used to work together. And this show, what's it all about? Well, this show is about your future, your past, and where we ask the important question: what would you say to your future grandkids?
And actually, it's an opportunity to show our guests and show their wonderful weirdness to the world, which they normally would not show, but this is the show where we show it. How do you like that? Lots of shows.
Show.
Yep.
Well, let's build a video time capsule for a very special guest today, Maitreyi Karanth. Born in India from a humble background, she was a great student who studied hard and grew up to run her own tutorial center teaching maths. Your traditional story, right?
Yeah.
Well, this story comes with a twist. At the age of 40, an epiphany happened, which became the trigger for Maitreyi to ask herself, what am I doing with my life? I've been there, guys. She was living in Hong Kong. She wanted to be an actress. She joined an acting school at the age of 40 with a whole bunch of 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, all trying to be actresses. And then she randomly tried out an open mic night at a stand-up comedy show. She was such a success that she was asked to be the warm-up act for the popular Indian comic Saurabh Pant. And magical things happen when you start to follow your dreams. Maitreyi was offered a role in a Bollywood movie, playing the mother in My Indian Boyfriend. Since then, she's had sellout one-woman comedy shows. She's given a popular TEDx talk, and all this time, she has actively helped the hungry, the poor, and the vulnerable all over Asia. So, if you're stuck in life, if you think I'm too old to chase after my dreams, if you think another path is beyond you, you're going to love our guest today. So, please welcome to Dear Future Grandkids, Maitreyi Karanth.
Well, hey!
Hey, my
Thank you
tree.
for
Hey.
Hi,
having
my
me
tree.
in this weird and wonderful show.
Oh,
That's
we've only gotten started.
that's an
I
app
picked on
description.
the weird bit very quickly.
It's only been a few
you have no
seconds.
idea. You have no idea.
You have no idea what you're in for.
I will know soon.
Thanks for saying yes, my tree. Thank you for joining our little trio.
Pleasure.
And my tree, the name of our show is Dear Future Grandkids. When you think of yourself as a grandmother, if you ever thought of yourself as a grandmother, what do you imagine? How do
I
you imagine you'd look like?
haven't thought of myself, I guess. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
but we did.
Was that me as a grandmother?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
you as a future grandmother.
Nice
Why did I
hair.
turn blonde?
I don't know. It just happens
Because
all
the
the
app-
time.
Because the app doesn't work very well.
So in my future, I'm going to go completely change my race and everything looks like. Oh, wow.
Look at
There you
that.
go again.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
blonde hair.
I do see myself as a weird and very funky grandmother. You know, not the normal grandmothery types, which is what I am as a mother as well.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm sure it'll be
Nice
fun.
one.
Yeah,
Well,
the blonde hair is optional.
Yeah, the blonde hair is. I might wear a wig. You know.
You never know. You never know. It's just a glimpse into your future as we dive into your past as well. So,
Yeah.
welcome and thank you for staying to this weird show, and we will prove it to you. But first up, we always kick off with some quick fire questions. We want to find out more about you in a very quick fire sort of way. So, here
Okay.
they come. All right. First question: talker or listener?
Both.
Both. Okay. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Night owl.
Okay. Sing or dance?
Dance.
Okay. Showers or bath?
Showers. Baths take too
Yeah.
much time. I have no patience.
Yeah, completely agree with you. Completely agree with that. Swim in the pool or the ocean? This is a tough one.
Swim in a pool.
In the pool? Okay.
Yeah.
Win the lottery or find the perfect job if that exists.
Win the lottery.
Wow.
No shame in
Let's
that.
cut
No
straight
shame
to
in
it.
that.
Because then I can make my own perfect job.
Correct.
And the perfect life.
Oh, very good thinking. Very smart. All right. In one word, what's your best quality?
Positivity.
Oh, I can feel it already through the interwebs. Your worst quality?
Positivity. You know, this happened. This genuinely happened. Okay, I was going to some interview 2 years ago, and they asked me the same thing. They said best quality, worst quality. So I wrote down my best quality immediately. I said positivity. Then I went to my husband because worst quality you don't want to think about, right? So I went to my husband and I said, "What's my worst quality?" He said positivity. It annoys the shit out of him.
No one needs that glass always full all the time in their lives, right?
Even during the pandemic, I've never thought negatively. So I've had to actually sit down and think, okay, maybe I might be annoying to people. Maybe I have to think of something that's making me feel bad right now, so that I kind of fit in with everybody.
That's one way to think about it.
Yeah, it's annoying.
So talking about your husband, in one sentence, what would you say is the secret to a happy relationship?
Friendship.
Ooh, nice answer. Nice answer. Okay, my question. Essential travel gadget.
Oh,
Question mark.
my phone?
Okay.
If you couldn't say your phone, if you
If you
couldn't
couldn't say your phone.
Credit card.
credit
What?
card,
Credit card.
credit card.
Yeah, that
No.
would be handy.
No, she's practical, and that makes a lot of sense for me. That's fine.
Yeah,
Phone
phone
and
and
then a
credit
credit
card.
card.
You go
Yeah,
anywhere.
practical.
Okay. For somebody that's very positive, what is your one of your favorite life mottos?
Oh. Uh, um, so
Mm.
everything that you does it have to be like fancily
No,
said, or can I
no.
just
No, no,
like
no, no.
It's
Oh.
okay?
yours. It's your favorite.
Everything you need happens, not necessarily what you want.
Ooh, I like that.
Every,
That's deep.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
everything you need happens, not what. Is that? Is that correct? Is that what you said?
No,
Yeah.
not
Everything
everything
you
that.
need should happen, not necessarily what you want, because what you want might not necessarily
Ah,
be good for you.
Yes,
Wants are
might not
quite
be the
frivolous.
best. Very
okay.
deep. Very
Okay.
deep.
I
Okay.
didn't
Okay.
put it.
Let
I didn't put it properly, did I? I didn't put it like.
No, it makes sense.
no, no, no. It makes
No, it makes
sense.
sense.
It
Yeah. It just
resonated to
yeah.
me.
Because it's yeah, it's making me think, and I don't think very often. So yeah. So that's good.
But I'm, but universe, I do need and want $1 million. It's kind of a need and a want.
Percy,
Thank
it's
you, universe.
2022.
Say
$1 million
me, don't
is
say
not going to
me.
be enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right now I need
exactly.
to do a movie. So
Yeah.
It's like I want $100 million, but I
Yeah.
need $10 million.
It's like
oh,
I
there you
want
go.
a six
Yeah.
pack. It's like I want a six pack, but I need to eat that donut right now. Welcome to
That
my
Ah.
is a
life.
great way of putting it.
Yeah.
All right, my next question. If I'm feeling down on a Sunday night, or any night for that matter, and I'm worrying about the next day, what advice do you have for me?
Have a drink and get over yourself. There are people who are working on Sunday as well.
Oh,
Oh, I
nice.
like that.
Straight
I like
And
talking.
that.
I
and
love that.
I love
and I
that.
think this is
Harsh
my tree.
but
Somebody we
fair.
hang out with on a Sunday night while we're
I
working.
need you. I need to just have you send me voice messages in your
Yep,
straight
yep.
Yeah.
talking life advice kind of way.
Deal
Um,
with it. Deal with it. Get over yourself.
Get over yourself.
There are people who don't have holidays, right? Who are working on Sundays as well.
Yeah,
that's such a
Absolutely.
great way of
Oh, I
framing
absolutely.
it.
tell my children all
It's
the time on this holiday. They take holidays for granted. It's like, ooh, arguing over what smoothie to order. Like, you're lucky you're here. Sorry, I'll stop. I'll
um,
stop. I'll stop now. I'll stop now.
You're lucky I'm your dad. You're getting a smoothie. Just shut up, is how you should say it, right?
exactly say it like
Exactly.
that, Jen. Exactly.
No,
Exactly. I will.
Jen does the dad route. Like, you're lucky when I was young. Yeah. Do you do
Yeah.
that, Jen? Are you that kind of
I
dad?
actually,
Walk a million miles to get that
Yeah.
smoothie. And then I had to press that fruit myself to make that smoothie.
I
And then
had
I
to
had
you
to
know
plant the
what?
walk
seed for
a
that
million
fruit.
miles back.
They know me. They know me so well, and that's the absolute truth. And I do embellish a bit of the stories, but yeah. But that's true. Exactly what I say. Exactly what I say.
Now, my tree. I know one of the reasons we really wanted to have you on the show is you, and we mentioned this earlier. You had a massive epiphany in your life, didn't you? And you completely changed what you were doing and the trajectory of the rest of your life. Tell us about it.
So, just a little background. When I was 9 years old, my dad passed away, and he was just turning 40, and he was a powerhouse. Like he was a public speaker. During those times, public speakers were so well respected. It was a big thing that we just had radio at that time, no TV yet, just coming up and things like that. And so he grew up in absolute poverty, and he was just making his mark with his writing, public speaking, etc., and he passed away. Now, since then, I knew that I had all his talents, writing, and public speaking myself, but no direction, because I lived in India at that time. Girls being interested in all this, they were 100% sure you would run away with some boy. So they were very scared to send you out on, the stage and things like that. I did as much as I could. And then I got married, and life took me in different, wonderful, but different directions that I needed, not wanted, right? So, so then at 40, I realized, okay, from today onwards, I have outlived my father. And yet I have not done anything with all the talents that he gave me, nor have I tried to move on with his dream. So now, if I start, it's both our dreams. So if I start now, that means basically it's like he has continued. He's never passed away at 40. He has basically continued from 40, for as long as I will do it. So it's not that I am only following his dream, it's both of our dreams anyway. So that's how I said immediately closed my tutoring business, which was doing very well. So I got a lot of stick for it from, random people saying, wow, why would you do that? But I wanted to full on jump into this deep end and just explore, whatever I can. And I said, let me see, never know.
And
I could
so
be.
what did you do? So the very next day, so you closed your tutorial center and then you said, I want to be an actress, so I'm going to sign up for acting classes. It was that simple?
It was that simple in my
What?
mind. I Googled, found an acting school, went and joined it. I was the only woman and the only 40-year-old in that class. So they would make us do all these love scenes. And it was so awkward. It was it was this 19-year-old and this 40-year-old, And for them, I'm like this mom. And they would say, oh, it tickles if I hug them during the scene. They would say, oh, it tickles me. It was a mess. It was not a very I didn't learn much because of all of these other. The teachers were also younger than me, so they felt like they had to put this little face to make themselves look more like stricter, because otherwise they would feel more intimidated by me, which
Yeah.
shouldn't really
Yeah.
happen. So it was just it wasn't a great experience, I'll be honest with you, from that point of view, although the school was good.
And
How
so
long did
then
you
you're
wait before the sorry Ange, before the stand up the open mic night?
Oh, that was I think 2 years after, 3 years after I started all this, because I then started making short films, made a TV series called Maitreyi's Hong Kong for ZTV, things like that I did, and then randomly I went to this open mic because my best friend is a Scottish guy. Him and me have very hard, like very dry, sarcastic sense of humor, and we end up rubbing each other off in all parties and everything, right? So I was talking to him and I said, it makes sense. I love the stage, I love writing, and we have this kind of sense of humor and banter all the time. I could just write down some things when we're doing it, and why don't I try? So I just went and tried.
and
And succeeded.
of course, yeah, and you succeeded so well. Very few women, I think, in Hong Kong get to do 2 days of a solo stand-up show.
That was the first ever in Hong
That's your
Kong.
first. You're right. I've never heard of it. So
Yeah, first ever for a local woman in a comedy club to have a one-woman show, and we sold out 3 nights.
Wow.
That's incredible. Which leads me on to the other thing I wanted to ask you. You're a comedian, and I was thinking of my audience. I was like, how can we make our Dear Future Grandkids audience smile? And so I was wondering. I was going to say, Maitreyi, tell us a joke. But
Why was I expecting this with all your layers and layers and layers? Because that's the worst thing you can ask a
I'm
comedian.
sure it is.
And before my open mic that year, we had this massive Christmas party in our house where we ended up with 30 Italians. And I knew only one person among those 30 people. She brought the other 29. She said, oh, I'm coming home with some friends. And we had 30 people. Anyways, the first guy who came was this comedian. And it was very awkward because normally a lot of comedians are very introverted. They're not extroverted at all. It's just a persona. I am extroverted, but normally you're not. Yeah. So he comes in and we make him sit, and he's awkwardly sitting down because no one else is there that he knows. And I said, what do you do? And he said, I'm a comedian. And my husband and I went, ha ha ha, tell us a joke. That guy did not speak to me for 4 years. He hated me for it. He never told me a joke either. And we thought, what kind of a comedian is he? He's not even telling us a joke. That's
So when people say this to you, you must get this all the time at parties. When people say this to you, first of all, what's the right thing I should say if I go up to you? And then secondly, what do you answer when people ask you this?
I say that's the worst thing you can say to a comedian. It's like
How she answered you, Ange? Exactly.
it's like inviting a dog to the party and then saying the first thing you tell him is check my pulse. Doesn't work. He's gonna be
No,
pissed off. The first thing
Jen.
he'll want is a drink.
No, Jen tells the doctor something else, right, Jen?
Oh yeah, I'll
Jen,
just say, Doc,
can you
I've
look
got
at
this
please,
rash.
for me?
I've got this rash over here, just above my left nut. Is that okay? No, let me show you. It bulges a bit as well, Doc. Can you? Inappropriate?
Is that how you chase away all your guests by showing
Yeah.
your rash?
Yes.
Oh, you're too kind to me. You guests. I don't have that many friends. It was a party of one, just me. Just me. I'm really
Alright.
sad. But the main thing about this show as well, what we love to is have a snoop around our guests in terms of their house as well and where they are. And I know you're currently on holiday, but even then, do you have a corner of shame that we can see? Because I can tell you now, I'm on a holiday. There definitely is a corner of shame because that's where all our laundry is piled up. Do you know what I mean? Before we take it back and get washed. So do you have a corner of shame that you are willing to share with all of us during your holiday?
I do. I mean, this is actually my house. So,
Oh.
it's not a holiday home. It is actually our house.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Maitreyi lives in both Hong Kong
I'm
and
going to
Thailand.
take you. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
based. So I'm going to take you. So
Oh, I
this is
love
the thing. I am a little obsessed with online shopping.
Who isn't?
So this is my wardrobe, my closet area. And
That's
mine.
Wow.
Go
Very
Whoa.
colourful. You wear very
Whoa.
colourful.
My husband's.
Yeah. I was
That
going
is
to
so
say that's
neat.
a massive walk-in closet, and like it
So
doesn't end.
I've even stuffed the quilts in my husband's section because I don't want to take any of my section.
That's
So
good.
I am.
What's the view? What's the view on the other side? What can we see on the other side of your house?
Oh, that is not a corner of shame. That is beautiful. So that's that.
Oh,
wow. Look at that.
wow.
That's paradise.
Which part of Thailand are you in?
That's that, and that's the bar.
Okay,
Oh,
so
nice.
here I was, and I told everyone you're on holiday. I actually wasn't wrong because where you live is a holiday all the time.
Yes,
Most resorts don't even look like that.
it's a mini heaven, I must say. And we put a lot of our heart in building this. It wasn't
Amazing.
built, we built it. So we
Beautiful.
put a lot of our us in it.
It's a beautiful
Wow,
It
that's
shows. It's
stunning.
beautiful.
Thank you.
The only criticism that I can throw in there in terms of your house is you do not have a big enough walk-in closet. I mean, how do you live with such a small one? I mean,
Yes.
Maitreyi, come on. Seriously, I mean, get a decent size one.
It's
You
so
built-
embarrassing,
I
It's
know.
actually embarrassing.
I'm telling you,
We're getting
renovate.
so many comments. We've got a Kawhi Donna says, "Oh wow, what a beautiful view." Angeline says, "Awesome view." Angeline wants to know how many closets you have. Bree loves Bree said, "I would
Not
never
enough.
leave my house if she lived there."
So now I know why Maitreyi was so positive during COVID. She lives in a house
Yes.
I
like
wasn't
that.
here. No, I wasn't here.
Oh, you were here. You were in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, yeah. And
And yet you
because
were so
if you
positive.
travel, we had 3 and 2 weeks of quarantine.
Yeah,
so
you
I
couldn't
was
travel.
there. My husband was here because we have
Oh.
dogs. We have 7 here and 6 in Hong Kong. So I can't, just leave my 6 dogs in Hong Kong.
No wonder you
Oh,
were so
wow.
positive because you were away from your husband. If I was away from my wife during the pandemic, I
Oh,
would be the
Jen.
most positive person. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's Jen.
And
That's
all
Jen.
the things happened during the pandemic. My one-woman show, the TEDx talk, the movie, all of these happened during the pandemic as well.
I
See,
did not know that.
what you
Yeah.
want was a husband, but what you need was no husband, so you can get your shows and
Yeah,
in a
your
row.
shows. There
So
you
my
go.
comedy is a lot of it is my husband jokes. So I do need him for the inspiration. For example, when I came here, I hadn't seen him for 2 years. So when I first came here, I looked at his stomach and I said, "Oh my God, what is this, Upa?" I said, and he said, "Muscles."
He's not lying. One big muscle.
And
Not
then
lying.
I said, "What?" I said, "What do you mean muscles?" And he goes, "Yeah, you touch it, touch it. It is muscles." He is completely sure it's his muscles that are just grown outward instead of wherever it's supposed to grow.
He's unique in that way.
I like
He's
him already.
comedic inspiration.
I like him too.
I'm using that.
And he loves it. Any attention is good attention. All these things that I say in my comedy about him, people go, "Oh my God, is he your husband?" My husband stands in the audience, laughs, and then he says, "Oh, I'm her inspiration." I so just
Oh,
he loves it. He doesn't care at all.
Oh, that's
that's
nice.
sweet. That's sweet. He loves it.
Okay, well, Maitreyi, we're going to now ask you to continue the little show and tell because you like peeking into people's lives. So, could you fetch two items that mean something to you? They can either be from your work or your travels.
Okay, which means I have to get up and go there. Thankfully, I'm not wearing just a towel as you usually do in all
Jen. I think Jen is wearing a towel underneath that shirt.
Oh,
To cover
okay.
the rash. To cover the rash, right, Jen?
If you're lucky, it's on holiday. It's commando time.
Oh, wow. Oh my god!
Too much information.
Too much information.
Let it hang. Let it hang.
No wonder you are alone.
Maitreyi, what do you mean? I thought we had a connection here. Now you
You
know
had
the
a
truth.
connection with yourself, Jen.
That's true, Maitreyi. They did say always to have a connection with yourself first. The problem is I connected with myself too often.
I have no idea what we're talking about right now. So
Yeah. Maitreyi, please show us the two items so we can end Jen's monologue.
Yes, we need to move on. We need to
We need to
move.
move on from
we
Jen.
have children watching. Our
Yes.
future
I was about to
grandkids.
say hi to my kids, but Jen
Yeah,
started
sorry.
talking about these things.
My kids are just here. Hey!
Hey. Oh, hey,
I
what is
have-
that, Maitreyi?
This, this was something that my son and me, we went on a mommy son holiday, and he asked me for a little bit of money, and he was very little, I think 7. And I was like, "Why do you need money?" He said, "I'll tell you later, give me money." So I gave him money. He went away for like 15 minutes. He was on the beach, and then he came back. He had bought this necklace for me.
Explain to
Oh.
our podcast. So when we become a podcast, people won't be able to see it. So just explain what you're holding in your hand.
It's basically all shells put together. It's a really ugly necklace, but since it was him that gave it to me, I would still not wear it.
Spoken like a true mom. I love it.
Yes, but you
I said,
keep
this,
it.
I said this to my son once, and he said, "Oh, you're so mean." But him and I, we're best friends. It's fine.
So how many years ago was that he gave
Oh,
you
he's
that?
26 now. He's
He's
26.
watching. I think
So-
he's watching
wait.
from Hong Kong.
I hope so. I sent him the link.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
yes,
Hi,
yes.
son. He's
You-
watching you, embarrassing him live in front of.
Son is here watching in Hong Kong.
He's
Milky
so
Man.
used to it. I do all these husband jokes, and some of them are sexual as well, and we do that in my shows, and he's there. And then I purposely point to him and I say, "My son's in the audience," and people can't believe that he's listening to this. So they after the show, they went to him and they said, "Are you okay? Your mom's saying all this." He said, "I've heard worse."
I think it just shows what an amazing relationship you have with your son and how sweet it is, because it's a necklace you'll never wear. He listens to all your jokes, and it's 19 years ago when he gave it to you, and you still have it, and it looks like it's in pristine condition. That's
It is.
wonderful. That's wonderful.
He
Actually-
sent a message, by the way.
He sent
Sorry?
a message. He said,
Oh, he
"Hello,
did?
I'm immune from embarrassment at this point." Thank you, Milky Man.
Hey,
He's
Milky
got the
Man.
sheen. He's got the sheen now.
Yeah. Force field.
Because the things I say, he's just, yeah. So this is the other one. So
Okay,
this
what
is a very old note, all absolutely torn, and it's a handwritten note. So basically, this is quite emotional for me, because when when I was growing up without my dad, but I used to go and do all the speeches and everything. I was real fiery speeches on of being Prime Minister of India and stuff like that. One of my speeches, a man who literally built our town and was a big fan of my dad, he had come to that. And then he sent a handwritten note to my dad's brother, who was a lawyer, saying that, I saw Maitreyi today, and I was reminded of her dad. She's exactly like him, and the speech she gave was so much like him, and I hope she has a bright future, and I wish her well and all that stuff. So I kept that. It's a beautiful handwriting as well, but yeah, I kept that note. It's all torn now, but
That
It's
is
really
so
sweet.
special. To
yeah, it
that he
is.
took the time out to
Yes,
write and send that
Yeah.
note to you. And
yes.
all these years later, you must really carry that in your heart, those
I
words.
do, I do, I
Yeah.
do. I actually, kind of memorized it because I read it so many times during that time, especially because I was missing dad's guidance in this issue so much, because I had no, like, my mom had never left the house. She was blind. She was then working in the bank after he passed away, but she didn't have any of this, any idea how to guide me in this. And most of my relatives just thought, this is a bad thing for her. She's a girl. She should just do a degree in teaching and settle down.
Yeah.
So I didn't have. So I had to work my way through my talents myself, and then to
Mhm.
get this from someone who has seen my dad was like super special for me.
Oh,
It's
That's
amazing.
lovely. That's
speechless.
that's your dad watching over you for sure.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. You need to
Definitely.
laminate that note. I'm worried about how fragile it looks now.
I don't know why I never thought of that.
Yeah, you should. Because
It's
can you
so
remove all
bizarre.
liquids nearby?
I actually keep it in my purse. Maybe that's
Yeah,
why.
That's why. Maybe that's why, because you carry it with you, so you don't think of
Yes, yeah,
laminating it. And
maybe.
yeah.
yeah,
Well, you
yeah.
gotta
But
get a
you know
bigger
what?
purse, an A4 size purse now.
Yeah, to match your second walk-in closet.
Yeah.
Yeah. The world's smallest walk-in closet. You can do better, Maitri. You can do
Maybe I
better.
could stuff my husband's muscles in there as well for a show and tell.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, Maitri, we've come to the part of the show where we want you now to grab your phone and have a scroll, look around, look on your phone, and leave a voice message for someone important in your life.
Okay.
So we can eavesdrop and listen into that message. And, hopefully that person, if he or she replies to you at the end of the show, perhaps you can share this. Or if you'd like to tell us who that person is, you can do so as well. We just nosy. We just want to be part of it. And whenever you're ready, we're all ears.
Do you want to know who I'm messaging or
It's
no?
up, it's up to you.
Up to you.
It's
Yes,
totally
it's
up
up
to
to
you.
you. Yes, we want to know.
We want to know. Do we need to know? Is the question.
Very
Okay.
good, Percy.
Good one, Purse. Should be a director.
Okay. I'm going to leave it. Hi, Alan. I'm sending you a voicemail. And no, I'm not drunk yet. Um, Thank you for all your support in my comedy and everything. You're the wind beneath my wings, and I don't mean a fart. Well, maybe that too. Thank you and love you so much. Okay, there, done.
You're going to have to tell
Nice.
us. You're going to have to
Nice.
tell us. Who is Alan?
Alan is my best friend. He's a Scottish guy. He's the one with the superb
Ah,
dry sense of humor,
Yeah.
and I get a lot of my inspiration with my banters with him as well.
so
And
Oh,
I'm
I
curious.
never say thank you enough, because even we don't say thank you. We just abuse each other. So a way of saying thank you.
I wonder
What, what,
how he's going to react when he
I
listens
know
back
he'd be
to that
like,
voice.
"What is this?
Yeah, what's going on?
what's
Are you
going on?
okay?
Yeah, are you okay? Are you
Are you
dying?"
okay?
Yeah. Is that a call for help? Are you okay? No, I was just on a weird show, Alan. On a weird show. He made
Yes,
me do
with,
weird
with
things.
with three weird people.
Yeah. You should have called it two W's. Weird and wonderful.
Well, that would
Weird and
have been
one.
a better name. We
Yes.
might change it for the season 6. We might change that. That's so
That's
funny.
true.
Now, I know you just got back from the Philippines, didn't you, Maitreyi? Because I know you do so much charity work, and literally, Maitreyi in Hong Kong just cooks for hundreds and hundreds of people who don't have access to a warm meal,
Wow.
and literally does it and delivers it. So, and I know you've returned from the Philippines where you've been building houses, haven't you?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So, when the pandemic started, I actually put together a team with the help of my ex helper to feed people in the slums. So, basically, we were feeding 100 children every Saturday in the slums. We would cook. The police would jump into the jeepney, and then he would take us to the slums because we needed a policeman, and he was one of these generous ones, wanted to help us, etc. But one of the times I said I also used to send these big boxes full of donations from people, friends or not even friends, people on Facebook. I would say, if anyone wants to donate anything, they can give it to me. And I would send it. So one of the times I told my team, I want you to go and distribute this to 5 families. Find me 5 good families. And I'm very hands-on. I am on their video calls. I need to see, we vet these people, not just anybody, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So on the video call, we saw this one home where there was this lady called Marilyn. She had a stroke. She was only in her early 40s. She had a 9-year-old son, and her husband is actually a construction worker, but he had no jobs because of COVID. That house there was no house. It was just some bamboo, water everywhere, no floor. And it was awful. And there was no toilet inside. It was far away. Madeline had a stroke, so she had to drag herself to the toilet and back. And because she couldn't, she would do her business in the house. So the house was smelling. Anyway, I had a chat with her. I said, what would you like, Madeline? And she can't talk. So she slurred her words and she said, food. So I said to my team immediately, I said, clean the house first. I want this house completely cleaned and then go and get groceries for an entire month. When we did that, she laughed and everything. And, that night I couldn't sleep. I feel like Madeline needs to live with some dignity, toilet in the house, an actual house. I don't know what was telling me, but something told me do it immediately. I have never myself built a house before, right? And
Mm.
our team wasn't a house building team. They were just cooking and feeding. But I called my team next day. I said, I want us to put together a laborer team and I want us to build this house. And my team was amazing. They said, first they were shocked and they didn't know what to say. And I said, I want it done immediately. I said, don't worry about the money. I will, somehow finance this. So we did all the sums, and we set out to put together a laborer team. To date, we have the exact same laborer team. So we brought down the bamboo little hut of hers, and Madeline refused to sleep in the little area that we gave her. She said, no, I want to sit and watch my dream house being built. So she sat.
Oh,
I still have, this image um, of Madeline sitting on this little bench and watching all day. This is a woman with stroke, and she refused to stay. All day she sat there. One day I noticed that she had a lot of, matty hair. So I told
mhm.
my team, can I go and cut her hair? Ask her permission, of course. She said, of course. And then they cut her hair. She was laughing and crying. She said, oh, you guys are treating me like a princess. Then she
Oh.
said, I'm going to take a nap. She never woke up. This is
No.
the
Oh,
4th day of us building the house. I cried bucket loads, because I was like, she could have waited just a little while to see her house, completed. But she didn't. Then of course, we stopped building. We did her funeral. We bought the casket, did the whole funeral thing, and we continued. Her husband was working on that house, and we continued. We finished the house. My plan was to call it Coma, but I decided this is Madeline's home. This was her dream, and this is Madeline's home. So we got Madeline's son, Cookie, to put up her board called Madeline. So that's how I started building homes. And
oh,
Oh,
okay.
once Madeline's home was built, I decided I have a team now. I have a laborer team. Why not start building houses? But after the second house, I thought, these laborers live very badly themselves. It must be awful for them to go and build
To
houses
build,
for other
yeah.
people and then come back to their own,
Mm-hmm.
horrible homes. So we built a home for each of our laborers in our laborer team.
Oh
That's how we
man.
started. And then I started putting the pictures on Facebook, and then other people started saying, "Hey, I'll go half with you." Then someone said, "Oh, can you build a house in my dad's name, and then I'll pay for that." It's 30,000, 35,000 Hong Kong dollars for a full proper
Yeah.
house, fully furnished. We are furnishing it as well. We're not just building it's not
A
a shell
shell.
that we're building. Proper home with tiles. I've now even started putting kitchen tiles. We got electricity, water, and the furnitures. And
Man.
so it's
And
just
yeah, and you
become
How
named
many have you
them.
built so far?
Yeah.
17 so far. 18 and
Wow.
19 are currently being built. And we call it comma 1, comma 2, comma 3. So after Marilyn's, which became Marilyn, we call everything else as a comma and a number. But if someone else
That's after
sponsors
your dad, right? That's in tribute to
comma,
your
oh
father.
yes, sorry, comma is how my dad used to sign his name.
Oh, and
So
his
Wow.
legacy just is living
yes,
on.
I
That's
saw
yes,
I saw a
beautiful.
sari store that's part of the house. The
yes.
sari store is a convenience store.
Store.
Yes,
Local
because
convenience
my
store.
mom struggled a lot when my dad passed away. We had no money, we had nothing, and she was blind as well, and she had to join join work, and no one was willing to support because they're all worried that if you are blind and you are a widow, then you'll put all the responsibilities on us. Is how everybody sees it. So everyone's trying to escape you. They don't even come and say hi until you're
Oh,
settled properly. You see, so I've seen that. So I wanted these women. These are all the sari stores we have given is all for single mothers. So I don't want them to have the same feeling that no one supports them. I want them to feel like if they are willing to put in the work, then there is someone that will help them do it. So we built sari stores, and also one lady, she has some skill in cake making and
Mm.
tea powder making. So we started a coma tea and cake business for her.
Wow. You
So
know
yeah,
what's really inspiring with how you're doing it is because you thought about your own laborers, before helping
yeah.
others, help the people that you can reach out to, because you cannot change the world. You can just only change the people that are, near you, and
yes,
those you can
absolutely.
make their lives better. But more importantly, because I've seen that a lot. I've seen houses being built, donated, etc. But after a while you wonder how they're going to maintain the house, because livelihood is very difficult in some parts of the Philippines. So you building a sari store for them, especially the single mothers, that you said, that makes all the difference.
Yes,
So
she's doing
thank
so
you,
well.
thank
I'm
you.
very proud of her. She's doing very well.
uh,
Yeah,
She's
Thank
you're
really
giving
you,
strong.
them the
Tanisha,
yeah,
for that.
you're giving them the tools and the platform for them to continue, right? And not just
Yes,
teaching, giving someone just fish, right? You're giving them the tools, you're teaching them how to fish, how to survive
yes,
and fend for themselves. And I think that's fantastic. I mean, it's something amazing and something you should be very proud of. And your dad's definitely very proud of you for doing that as well. I mean,
I hope so.
of all
What are
of
your
all the things, yeah, we could do, and just to think that you have done this, yourself. That's
Yeah,
just, it's amazing. It really is
what are
amazing.
your plans for that, for your group?
As of now, I have reached out and got myself a lawyer who will do this on a pro bono basis. Is to turn this into an NGO, and we will call it Coma Foundation. So apparently, it takes about 4 or 5 months for the entire thing to, and then I can go to. Right now, it's just individuals supporting. Whereas if I become a proper NGO, I can go for corporate support and go to companies and ask for more, and then we can build more houses, maybe a compound of 50 houses somewhere. With
Yeah.
we also started a tutoring school for the children of all these coma community, so that the children make something out of themselves. Because during pandemic in the Philippines, the kids were running around, no gadgets to study, no
Yes.
educated, not necessarily educated, parents, among
Mm,
the laborers. So we decided, why not start this school? It's a small school in a small setup where only the coma kids are going right now.
that's good because I mean these communities, some of them are 2 hours away from a school, so these kids have to walk 2 hours, sometimes
Yes,
more through
yes.
rivers even. So it's good that you've given them even that.
Yeah, but if we make this bigger and the corporates get in, then we can maybe have compounds and have schools for particular
Yeah,
areas.
Areas,
yeah,
yeah.
Then the kids don't have to struggle so much, and many won't drop out if it make it a little easier for them.
yeah. Well, from someone in the Philippines, I tell you, thank you for doing this, my tree,
My
because
pleasure.
people need it here.
Yeah, and we have Angeline as well, who says, we really take for granted simple things that some people only dream of. You have such a golden heart. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maitri,
Oh,
it's just
beautiful.
so inspiring, and it's just amazing what you're currently doing, and I'm sure what you'll be doing more as well. And we're so happy that you spend time with us building this video time capsule. So, Maitri, as we close the show and you're closing the lid on this video time capsule, you get to leave a message. Now, what would you want to say to your future grandkids? Just remember, your son's watching now. It could be his kid,
Yes.
his kids, your grandkids. So, but it's you are you. This is your chance to leave a
Um,
message. So,
okay.
whenever you're ready.
Um, Dear future grandkids, take care of your parents, especially your father, because he's my son. Um, always look, always know what you need and what you want are two different things. And always hope that in your life you will get what you need, not necessarily what you want. And be happy in all these circumstances.
Short and sweet,
Oh,
captures everything.
that
Was it supposed
is
to be
Ah,
longer?
lovely. No,
no,
it's
no,
good.
we're just soaking it
It's not.
in, and we're
It's
actually
not.
we're soaking
Yeah.
it in and waiting for your son to reply to the comments. You're like, what's going on? Where's the punchline? He's actually
Yeah.
waiting for the punchline, I think.
Why am I not the punchline? Why is my mom
Should
so
I
clean
should I
today? What's
embarrass
going
him?
on?
Should I embarrass him?
Like he said he's immune from embarrassing at this point, from being
Yeah,
embarrassed
yeah.
at all. So that's fine. It's got its karma and all. Bing, bing, bing.
My
I get that.
tree,
I love
thank
that.
you.
Yeah. One lesson I learned today is just what you want, what you need is very different. And remember, it's just what you need. You get what you need. Actually, it's more than enough, right? It's just that sometimes
Yeah.
we get. I think the word to use is we get pretty greedy, right? And we take for granted what we really have. And then I've just noticed this just on holiday with my kids as well. And they've been great, but sometimes they bicker over silly things like what they order and stuff. And I just go, you just don't take holidays for granted in the time that we have together, actually. So, and we needed this holiday. It's nice, but just remember, some kids have never been on holiday, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm sounding like that dad as well. But we went on holidays, but we never went out of the country until I was much older. So it's just a different generation. I mean, they're good kids, but still, I guess it's good to impart some teachings from the past to let them know that where they got to today. I guess,
Ask them
and
to
I've
make their own.
learned that.
Ask them
As
to
it
make their
Yeah,
own smoothies.
actually, they do it at home, but then it's a right mess. But also, then they need to know the cost of making a smoothie. Oh,
Well,
your son has replied, and he says, "Very
mm,
nice. Yeah, I agree. Take care of your dad's kid. take care of your dad, kids. So his future kids have been forewarned to take care of him,
yes.
thanks to the grandma.
My tree, thank you so much for being on the show today. We learned so much, so much. Even
My
even your
pleasure.
turning point in your life and how
Yeah,
you were inspired by, your father's passing away when you were 9, but it was when you were 40 when it made all the difference to you. I mean, that's something. I never actually encountered a story like that where you thought of it as continuing a legacy that was
yeah.
ended abruptly. So thank you for being so inspiring.
My
Yeah.
pleasure.
And
And
thank
we
you to all of our viewers. And sorry, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say hi to my kids because they're watching. I wasn't able to say hi earlier because of what Jen was saying. So hi, Wacky and Peebo.
Hi,
I
Wacky.
hope
Hi,
you didn't.
Peebo.
Hi, Wacky and Peebo. I hope you didn't hear what Uncle Jen said earlier.
Sorry, Wacky, sorry, Bebo. You're just gonna have to get used to
He's
it.
a bad man.
Be afraid. Be very
just-
afraid.
Just
Don't let
honor
him ever
boys.
show you a rash. Don't let him
Yes.
ever.
Oh
Show
my
them the
God,
rash.
let's not go
Don't
there.
show them the rash. No.
Not the
Just new
rash.
doctors I've met for the first time. Please, I have standards.
You have standards. And we'd like to thank our viewers as always. Thank you so much. And you don't just watch, you make such heartfelt comments too. You really liven, you just make our day. You really do. And I know our guest, Maitreyi, takes a lot from your comments too as well. And we read every one of them and we try and respond when we can. But we really do appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Thank you
Yep.
so much for having me as well.
Oh,
No,
you've
thank you so
been,
much for
you
being
have
here.
been
It's
such.
amazing.
I need to talk to you so much more because I think, you know, your lesson, your story, your fearlessness is it's just infectious. It really is.
Maitreyi,
Yes.
next time you're in the Philippines, let me know.
Will do. I will.
Yeah, and then I'll try to help out if I can. I hope I can.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you all for watching Dear Future Grandkids. Like always, I'm Jen, that's Percy, that's Ange, and that's our wonderful, inspiring guest, Maitreyi. And thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic weekend. Always a pleasure seeing you guys on a Saturday morning. So take care. We'll see you, and I got to deal with my rash. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.